All right, how to plan a 3-day weekend. It can be fun, it can be convenient, it can be relaxing, and certainly easy on the budget if you take these steps. Don't forget COVID-19 restrictions, requirements, testing requirements may be in order, and quarantining as well on your way back. So keep those in mind as we continue to battle this pandemic. That being said, here we go. Here are the things to consider. Now, number 1, keep it simple. Number 2, determine the goal for going, or goals as it may be. Number 3, your booking window. How far in advance are you going to go? Number 4, when are you going to go there? Number 5, the distance and or travel time. How long does it take to get there? Number 6, decide flying or driving or some other mode of transportation. Number 7, accommodation options. Number 8, your itinerary. That's the Erik path. Hello. And number 9, of course, your budget. It's important to remember this is a short getaway, so be okay with the fact that you're not going to do and see everything wherever it is you're going. Now, number 2, determine the reason for going. The big question to answer while you're still in the planning stage is to figure out why you're going. Hang out with friends and family, convenience, relaxation, whatever the case may be. That brings us to number 3, which is booking window. This consideration has to do with how far in advance you're thinking or fitting into an existing, perhaps even immovable schedule. Remember, deals can be had if you book at least 60 days in advance, okay? And remember too, supply and demand here. If you're traveling when a large percentage of other people are traveling from your departure location, then chances are the hotels will fill up, the hotel rates will be higher, attractions will be busier and busier, and of course you've got road traffic to consider and or the availability of airplane seats. So once again, you've got to consider what is going on in that weekend in those places as well. You know, an annual festival that you don't know about will affect the size of the crowds in that particular place. Now, number 4 here has everything to do with being flexible. I think it's a really important tip to consider. The more flexible you are with the timing, the better. Also, consider departing on a Thursday if your schedule permits and returning on a Saturday, or departing on a Sunday and returning on Tuesday. Traditionally, of course, the masses, they leave for extended weekends, Friday afternoons or Friday evenings or even Saturday mornings, and return Sunday night. If you're flexible, you may be able to avoid lengthy traffic delays. Now look, number 5, distance has everything to do with travel time. If driving is your best option, then look for getaways within a 4 hours drive of your home. If you're flying, look for non-stop flights with lots of flight options, and don't forget Clear, TSA PreCheck, and Global Entry will help an expeditious path through security. Now, number 6, to help you determine the best option when it comes to flying or driving, consider this. Consider whether or not you're going to need a car wherever it is you're planning on going. You know, parking fees, Uber, taxis, those are all budgetary factors. So both flying and driving have their positives and negatives, so consider the options. And you may want to consider taking the train, because depending upon the route, a train ride might take the same amount of time as driving, but it's not as taxing on your mind or body. Now, many places have lots of accommodation options as we get to number 7 here. Okay, every budget, every sleeping requirement, hotels, motels, resorts, Airbnbs, traditional B&Bs and VRBOs. However, it's important to decide the location, okay? The neighborhood and the convenience factor. That's what plays into that. And don't forget amenities and services too. I mean, this is, once again, if you took my advice and you know why you're going, this may also dictate your lodging options. Now, number 8, your itinerary. This is what I call the Erik path, and we made an entire video about this because this has to do with a mix of on and off the beaten path attractions, okay? But the key here is not to overschedule your extended weekend. Leave plenty of time for organic search and discovery, okay? That's very important. And of course, number 9, your budget. That's self-explanatory, but I will give you this cautionary note. Probably your biggest expense for this trip will be your overnight accommodation. So you might want to get a handle on that first. That may help you decide whether or not you go to this place versus that place. But it's a good idea to have a budget in mind, or at least know what this trip potentially is going to cost you. Don't charge your vacation, of course. And the most important thing, which is have fun. Personally, I love taking short trips because it's a great way to learn whether or not you want to return for a longer stay in the future. That being said, share with us your tips in the comment sections below. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Erik the Travel Guy, and have a fabulous 3-day weekend.